Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video. I got the Corey Kenshin merch on right now. Trying to summon my boy back. He done left the country and ain't tell nobody what he doing. I just want to talk about the reason I've transitioned from primarily weightlifting to mostly calisthenics. Like I still use weights. I'm gonna be real, but I'd say for every like 3 or 4 calisthenic exercises or body weight exercise that I do, I might use weights like for one exercise. So let me give you a little backstory on how I even discovered calisthenics. And I know some of y'all probably thinking, dude, calisthenics is so popular. It's been out for a long time. Just now. Yeah, I just found out about it. It is what it is. So like 2 months ago, I was watching a clip of Fresh and Fit. And I'm not going to lie, I enjoy some of their content. They take some stuff to the extreme, but the interactions between them and the women overall are usually pretty entertaining. So 2 months ago, I was watching them, and they had an old clip that was recommended to me that had like 4 dudes on there. It was Fresh, Fit, and 4 guests, 4 guy guests. And one of the guests his name was Steph is Cold. One, his name was Austin Dunham. Another one, FitX Fearless. And I forgot the fourth dude's name. So if somebody knows who that is, let me know. But the Austin Dunham dude is the one that kind of caught my attention. No homo, no weird stuff. The dude has like the greatest physique that I've ever seen for somebody like my height. I think me and him are the exact same height. He said he's 5'10", and I'm looking at his player build. I'm like, this dude is juiced up, man. This dude is on steroids. There's no possible way that he could be this fit without using something. So I went to his channel. I looked him up. I went to his channel. I'm like, let me see what kind of workout routine this dude does. And I saw he does mostly just body weight training stuff. Now, of course, he uses weights, and even with his body weight training, he might use extra weights. But I'm like, yo. And I watched Greg Duay, who's like a well-known, he's a former bodybuilder, power lifter, and he's a well-known like fitness critic, I guess you would say. And he did a video on this dude where he explains that he believes that he's natural. So that was enough to get me intrigued in calisthenics. So I'm looking at some of his videos and I'm like, this takes some difficulty, man. They're doing one arm handstands. He's doing one arm pull-ups. I'm like, God, this is some One Punch Man type activity, So I said, let me try some of this stuff. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I've only been doing it for about a month now. I've only had maybe 16, because I go to the gym 4 times a week. It's 4 weeks. Yeah, about 16, 17, workouts where I've done body weight training. And what I've noticed in this 1 month of me doing it is, number one, my recovery time is much, much faster. Like the next day, and I go pretty hard. The next day, I'm not super, super sore like I used to be when I was doing heavy weightlifting. I don't find my joints like aching as much as they used to back when I would be pushing it as hard as I could, loading up plates, thinking that, every single time I go to the gym, I gotta add extra weight. Like, nah, man, now the way that I see it is every time I do, let's say I'm doing pull-ups, instead of the adding extra weight, I just see, okay, this time maybe I can get like 2 more reps in than I did last time. So it's more, the goals are more realistic too, is like the next thing. So the first thing is it's less strain. My ice maker is making noise. About to go over there and two-piece the fridge. Like, be quiet. I'm trying to make a video. So yeah, the first thing is it's a lot less stressful on your body, in my opinion. If you're using proper form and you're not just doing dumb stuff in the gym, it's a lot less stressful on your bones, your joints, all of that, man. Because I noticed when I would weight lift, the next day sometimes it would be miserable. And secondly, the results are more realistic. Like I just mentioned before, sometimes when you would go to the gym and let's say you were doing 215 or 225 on bench, and we'll use 225 since it's just 2 plates on each side. You're doing 225, and then the next time you come in, you think, oh, I have to do 230. And then the next time I got to do 235. Sometimes you might not be able to do that. Sometimes the progression is going to be slower than that. So with the calisthenics and just body weight training, it's more realistic. If you did 10 reps on pull-ups yesterday, tomorrow when you come in or the next time you go to work out and do that same exercise, shoot for 11 reps, That's way more realistic. And even if you can't get that 11th rep, in one go. You just hop down, then you get back up there and you crank out as many more as you can again. So the goals are way more realistic in my opinion. And then the third thing that I noticed, I want my body to not only be strong and powerful, but I also want it to be flexible. I ain't talking no like gymnast stuff to where I can do splits and all kind of acrobatic stuff, but I want my muscles to be able to be more malleable and be more flexible to where I'm not going to get injured as easily, you know? And that's something that I noticed that is helping too. Like my range of motion is much better when I start doing body weight training. When you're lifting just weights, the range of motion, I feel like you should already have the range of motion established before you start like weight training, because otherwise you could hurt yourself if you start trying to lift too heavy. You know what I mean? That's why it's best when you're first starting out to lift light, but focus on form to get your body used to the range of motion with that specific exercise. Because if you go in, I done seen people in there, they call it ego lifting. I done seen people in there doing like the back rows, you know, where you're kind of like leaned over and you're like, you know, pulling like this. I done seen people with like 75s trying to back row that. I'm like, dude, that's not, you no, dude, you're going to F your back up. You're going to F your back up and you're going to throw your shoulder out of place because you just ego lifting in here. And the last thing too that I noticed is just cheaper and easier and more convenient to do body weight training. It don't take anything for you to get out of bed, hop down, do 50 push-ups, you know, 50 crunches. If you got a pull-up bar, you can get one on Amazon probably for like $50. Put it in your doorway. Start doing some pull-ups. Start doing some chin-ups. You know, it's much, much easier to do these things, and it doesn't require any type of equipment at all, really. You know, it might have a few exercises that require something. Like if you want to get, this is probably what I'm going to get next, is the dip bars. You know, it's just basically 2 bars that you put next to each other and you just do dips with them. You know, I'm trying to learn how to do like the little handstands and all that stuff too. But yeah, man, I think it's just way, way better. I haven't dropped any weight since I've stopped weight training. I'm almost the exact same weight that I was before. So that's something that I was afraid. I was like, okay, if I stop weight training, maybe I'm a shrink, man. Maybe I'm gonna get smaller. Nah, man, I've been pretty much the same size. You got to make sure that you continue to eat the same, which funny enough, I've been eating even a little cleaner than I was when I was weight training. And I might have dropped 1 or 2 pounds, but that's normal for me. Throughout the week, I usually drop 1 or 2 pounds and then I get it back. And so it fluctuates. So yeah, man, I encourage y'all, if you're thinking about calisthenics and you're thinking about at least reducing how much you lift when it comes to like actual weights, I would recommend it, dude, because I've noticed way more benefits with just training with my body weight. I feel like I'm way in more control of my workouts with just my body weight. And I don't feel like I'm pushing myself too hard because it's just my body weight. You know what I mean? I'm not at serious risk of injury like you could be if you're trying to go for a new PR on bench. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.